Let's level up real quick.
Welcome home, speak. Very well, then take.
Okay. 30 endurance, that seems good. I'm probably going to leave my endurance there for now. I don't know if I can really do anything else with it. Yeah, I can't even see how far it would go if I increased it, so.
Farewell, I've made the
Should you say anything different since I have these eyes on me?
Ashen One, may I pose thee a question?
Yes, you do.
Has the little Lord Ludleth spoken to thee of any curious matters? I sense that he possesseth some knowledge of a thing once most precious, or most terrible, now lost to the firekeepers. Pray tell, is it a matter of which I should be apprised?
So yeah, it turns out Ludleth is basically hiding shit from the Firekeepers because he wants this reality to go on forever. And that's why he's camping that throne. Ludleth is kind of an asshole. He purposely not misguided you, but guided you in a way that benefits his view of the world. And not in a way that probably benefits the actual solution to this problem.
Ashen One has.
And you're just gonna repeat yourself.
Farewell, I've made the.
Alright. So I wonder if I can make this greatsword +9 already. That would be cool.
Just wasn't he?
Not quite. I'm literally just a few chunks short. Can +6 this. The Earthlord Rapier, which requires twinkling. Probably not using that. Alright. But as you can tell, I can now, if I wanted to, make any boss weapon or Twinkling Titanite weapon all the way up to +4, and then I just need slabs. So like I said, the game just dumps all the resources on you right now. You can basically do whatever you want up to +9. And if you did secret side quests, you can get a +10 weapon. I am bonfire level 10. So I guess there's only one undead bone shard left. So the game wants you to use the Lawford Castle bonfire. It is so much faster to use the Dancer Boreal Valley bonfire. It's actually not even that much faster. It's literally about the exact same time apart from the shortcut, so it's like, why even have that Dancer bonfire? Well, the reason for the Dancer bonfire is so that people don't have to run all the way from Vort. But then why not just put one in the Gardens of Consumed King Osiris, but whatever. Like I said, the bonfire placement in this game can be a little bit questionable at times. In any case, let's go hit up that shortcut that I opened and try this boss out, where I will probably die at least 3 times. And I guarantee you it's probably going to be the leg that gets me killed in this boss fight and not anything else. So there's our shortcut. I'm probably going to Ember up for this fight because why not? Long elevator, I know. So we'll send that back down because I guarantee you I'm not doing this first try. Okay, I did open that door. Smart of me. I wonder if Sirius' sign is there. Is this Sirius? Probably is. I'm gonna do it without Sirius because I did it without Sirius my first 3 times. Alright. Time to die. I left on the... So yeah, welcome to Dragon Rider 2.0, featuring lag. I guess that's dying this boss. It's probably not going to be my fault. Frame rates in this fight are... Like, look at this frame rate. Does this look like the frame rate of a man who's having fun? I think the dragon's active too. Oh boy. Dragon might be active. Sounds a lot like he's casting. And through the gate I go! This fight sucks, and he was casting. So that's the danger of this fight. He has projectiles, the dragon starts chiming in with projectiles, but the dragon isn't even the boss. This is honestly probably one of the hardest bosses for me, just because the frame rate is so goddamn bad on that bridge. Even worse for me, because back before I got my crashing problem fixed, that was the game that would just, or that was the bridge that just straight up crashed my game half the time. So half my attempts ended with game crash. So it actually ended up taking me 30 attempts, because about half the time my game was crashing. And I only counted the attempts where my game didn't crash as being legitimate. So yeah, this area is very much the opposite of fun. Just because of that shit. Like, the frame rate is so goddamn bad just on that bridge. Okay, it's not just on the bridge, it's also on other things in this area. But I don't think it's this bad in the next boss way up there. I don't even care if I lose my souls. Not even concerned about that. There's a shield dash. Yeah, he actually has full 100% block on that shield. There's an attack that another boss in the game will have. I'm gonna need to learn to read that a little bit, and gonna need to learn to roll that. Roll that in low frames. It's kind of hard to read it too. And I don't think that's just a low frame rate thing. This guy's about halfway to the speed of Udex. And he's in phase 2. Worth it. Let me just get full health so I take less damage. Hello. Okay, I don't know what spell he's casting, so I'm gonna run just in case it's the bad one. No, it's the homing soul mass, which isn't the bad one. That's the bad one. Yeah, this guy's really great using his shield as a weapon. Makes him quite annoying. There's shield up here. He's gonna use his attack. And immediately the second he dies, the lag stops. He doesn't have long with this boss. And he's gone too. Okay, so the lag only persists if I look back at Lothric. This boss is honestly so fucking bad. Why is the lag only happen when I look back at Lothric? But it stops the second I go, like, what is these frame rates? So yeah, that's that boss. And welcome to my favorite fucking thing in the Dark Souls universe. Do you know what it is? I'm not gonna say what it is, but it's my favorite why is there a bonfire there moment of all eternity. You'll see what I mean in a second. So there's a chunk. I don't even think there's anything over here, but I will check anyway. Not even anything. I think I got the only item here. So, one item after this bonfire. One item so far. And a staircase. And a bonfire. And a bonfire. And a bonfire. Why? Why? From Software, you're a little bit too generous with these like, I have walked a total of like 100 feet. I can see it from this bonfire. There's nothing. These statues don't come to life. There's no enemies. There's no horde. There's nothing. Why is this here? Why? Put it there. Or put this bonfire halfway through the next area. Like, mind you, this is the only bonfire for this entire area. This next area is the slog. So there's some fun little lore on these items I just picked up. So let's go read it. Let's start with the key. Where is it? The Grand Archives key. Key to the main entrance to the Grand Archives of Lothric. With the fire fading and the spreading pus of man tainting the castle, the Grand Archives closed its doors for good. Today, only a few of its keys remain. And this one belonged to Goddard, one of the King's Black Hands who fled the castle. And apparently didn't get very far because he died right there. Hunters known as the King's Black Hands wield paired weapons. These belong to Goddard who fled the castle. He rose quickly through knighthood, no surprise to those who witnessed his swordsmanship, and he has a spin slash. So I'm pretty sure these are a dex weapon. They're not, but they may as well be, let's be honest. So yeah, Goddard didn't get very far. He apparently fled the castle, and then frame rates, oh my god. Like I said, this area is pretty notorious for just shitting on my frame rate. Starting with that boss fight at like 6 frames a second. Thank you, Dark Souls. So there's the first shortcut elevator. It's not actually the first. There is about 3 shortcuts that go back to this bonfire. They really want you to use that bonfire. As a matter of fact, I will. Just let me open these first. Grand Archives. The Grand Archives, also known as, remember Dark Souls 1? This area is back. It's not the same layout. At all. But for those of you who remember Dark Souls 1 and the whole trick to see to scale this is basically the exact same deal with the Grand Archives. Still no reason for this bonfire to be so close to that one. Why? Do you even need to give a bonfire after that boss? And the answer is, yes, it's actually useful for a different shortcut. But then why have this bonfire here? Why not just have it, like, further into the archives? Like, that honestly bugs me. And will continue to bug me. Probably until the day I die, because why?
Welcome home,
No reason.
Speak.
Alright.
Very well. Then touch the dark egg.
Really? Okay, so what do we have? We have some Vit. Could go into Vit. I got 2 levels. Could also go to 10 intelligence and give that mage all my scrolls. But you know what? I'm kind of happy with where I am right now. And it's kind of easy to do, so I will do it.
Farewell, Admade.
I'm super happy actually with what my stats are, so. I know I don't have a bone shard, so. Let's go tie up a loose end and. Yeah, we'll go back to the Crystal Sage. If I remember correctly, the auto invasions in this area actually stop after you beat the Crystal Sage and advance to the next area. So I shouldn't get invaded. Unless someone uses a cracked red eye orb. Which if they do, it's probably going to be a New Game Plus person at this point, because why else would you backtrack here? Which reminds me, apparently they changed some of the way that PvP works as far as connecting to other players. In that they seem to have upped the chances of connecting to players a little bit. Where apparently now it's really rare if you're part of the Blade of the Dark Moon or rules to actually connect to a different world. And they seem to have slowed the rate at which you connect to another world for invading via the error things. No damage to me anymore. I'm not even wearing my proper mirror set. Ah, crap. Free hitter quitter. Well, that was a mistake on my part. A mistake that's probably not going to cost anything because I'm back already. Yeah, these enemies are kind of jokes. At this point, yeah, they're jokes. Yeah. One-hitter quitters everywhere.
Well, well. There's something different about you, isn't there? Indeed, I am a sorcerer, with plenty to share. However, what champion demands service without recompense? Clearly, you're not that sort of man. So you will make me a promise that in exchange for my teaching, you will bring me knowledge. In the form of scrolls detailing sorcery's secrets. Well, can you assure me of this?
Sure.
Very well. You're no fool. I take it you understand the weight of a promise. I am Orbeck, of Vinheim, unkindled one. I shall teach you sorceries. We will learn together. It shall be like our very own school.
Alright, so there's the NPC I skipped earlier because I didn't have the intelligence. So now I have somewhere to basically dump all those magic things I've been keeping the entire game. So let's go through his dialogue and exhaust all that shit. Because we can. There's also a few rings you can get from him, but you have to buy sorceries from him for that. And then I might end up buying a few anyway, just because I have the souls. Like, this is the point in the game where I'm more concerned about powering up weapons and buying stuff than I am about actually leveling up, because I think I'm pretty much good till the end game now.
Oh, you're back then. Again. I'm Orbeck of Vinheim, here to teach you sorceries. Let us begin with the basics. The ideal sorcerer bears the twin faces of the dragon. You could at least act as if you're paying attention.
So we can talk to him a little bit.
It is folly to claim lives recklessly, friend. Do not be tempted. No matter the victim's stature, every killing has a consequence. Even as I bloodied my hands, I never realized this simple truth. There I was, the very definition of a fool. I don't mean to seem overbearing, but have you forgotten? In exchange for my sorceries, you are to bring me knowledge in the form of scrolls detailing the secrets of sorcery. I hope you're not one to break a promise.
Alright, so I think it just repeats that now forever. So we can give him some scrolls. Now we'll start with the Sage's scroll.
Oh my. This is stupendous. And the undead legion of Farron possesses sorceries quite unknown. Thank you for upholding your end of the bargain. I doubt I ever would have made this discovery alone. Now, let us unravel the thing, so you may put these new sorceries to use.
Fantastic. So we can give him Logan's, or I can give him the golden. I'll give him Logan's first.
Oh my. You've made quite the discovery. This is a scroll of the prodigious Big Hat Logan, a masterful sorcerer, long missed in Vinheim. And now we have his scroll, right here in my very hands.
And the golden.
Oh my. Well, this is very unusual. It's from Ulasil, an ancient land of golden sorceries. Not even the Dragon School possesses such a long-lost scroll. What would the Xanthus scholars say with their ridiculous headwear? They would simply slaver over this find.
Alright, so now we can learn some sorceries. He's got a lot of shit, and a lot of it isn't even useful. Like, sorcery in this game is very, very underwhelming compared to most of the era games. A lot of projectile ones. Homing Soul Mass, always good. Not going to be using them. Soul Greatsword, always good. See, Hidden Body. Not really useful. This is a PvP thing. This is completely useless. I'm just going to spend some money on some of these spells, just basically try and trigger his quest line a little bit. Magic weapon, that could be good.
Oh, I have something for you. You're a fine sorcerer now, no mistake. You should have something to prove it. Go on. If I'm giving something away, you'd better well take it.
So there's the Young Dragon Ring, which you can only get if you buy enough spells from him.
I don't mean to see an before.
And you're just repeating yourself.
Come again.
I think if you buy all his sorceries, he gives you a different ring. It's all for magic, so it's completely useless garbage to me, but it's always nice to have. Nice to see your rings, nice to read their descriptions. So here's the Young Ring, boosts sorceries, and it's usually used in conjunction with the Bellowing Dragon Crest, and there's other Dragon Crests that I'm sure I've missed somewhere. So there we go. Get some sorceries done. Don't believe I have any Estus shards. I can check real quick. Most certainly do not. And as far as key items go, I don't have any tomes, so we should be good there. Could give the Eyes of a Firekeeper. Think I'm going to hold off on that. Now the only question is, do I explore the next area? Hour 15 in. I think I could probably get 3 episodes out of that, so I think I'm going to end the session here. Hope you guys have enjoyed. And I'll probably be back recording next week sometime. So until then, I will see you guys next time.